am super excited. I am super excited. I am totally off key with the music that's playing in the background. I am totally off key. I'm super excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I put up originally that I was having a solo piano concert on January 3rd, and that's because I was. Hey Rodney, thanks for joining me, bro. And so, but I forgot that I have another exciting event happening that day that I also want you to join me for, but it won't be the piano concert. I'm gonna give you the new date. So on January 3rd, we'll be at UB Blake Center, UB Blake Cultural Arts Center, for the Young Artist Music Series, YAMS as they call it, with Clarence Ward III and that Feel Good, and then the second set is a concept there. So January 3rd is a big day because there'll be the unveiling of the new 4th floor at the UB Blake Center with my buddy, the new artistic director. Not just a buddy, probably one of my best friends on earth, Kier Johnson. And so he'll be unveiling the Off the Wall soundstage, him and his company, Purple Honey Music. And so we'll have our First Fridays, which is a free event, mind you. So you got to be there January 3rd at the UB Blake Center. That is it 879 North Howard? So on Howard Street. Can't remember the exact number now, but the UB Blake Center on Howard Street, and 8 p.m. is the first show. So come join us from 8 to 11. It's totally free, and you're going to hear some great music. So anyway, but that was the day I was going to do my piano concert, and I forgot about that. So new date. Put it in your calendar, save it, make a mental note, make a red marker note, like all of the above. Friday, January 24th, I'll be at Andi Music for my first ever solo piano concert. Now, I want to frame that up because I mentioned that before. This isn't the first time I've ever played solo, obviously. You all that watch my videos, you've seen other videos where I play solo. So I've done countless solo gigs over the years, but I've never actually held a concert for myself just around solo piano. I've done a million different shows. So this is exciting because of that feature and where I am as a pianist and as an artist. Somebody the other day called me a pianist, and I almost got upset until I realized that's right. It's not pianist. They would call me a penis. All right, anyway. So Friday, January 24th, 7:30 p.m. at Andi Music, which is on Charles Street here in Baltimore. And it's like, I just did a live stream a few minutes ago just talking about going into 2020 and pushing forward on goals. One of my biggest goals this year comes around my solo piano artistry. And like it's the most vulnerable, intimate space, for me, and it's really a cherished gem right now. So between that and the fact that these piano meditations that I have are rolling out, and that artistry is just taking on like a whole new form. So I'm gonna give a spoiler alert right now, and that is that I'm gonna also do a guided meditation that day from the piano. And I would say out of everything, like that's probably the pinnacle for me because it moves me into a new place in my work. So yeah, make a mental note, make a physical note, and I'll actually have a flyer that'll be coming your way soon. But once again, join me this coming Friday, January 3rd, 8 p.m. I'll be at the UB Blake Center with Clarence Ward and That Feel Good. If y'all never heard That Feel Good live, yeah, you're missing out on the main course meal of your musical palette. That's a big statement to make, right? But it's really that good. I mean, it's always a great creative, artistic time, and I think it's one of the coolest things happening here in Baltimore. So join me Friday, January 3rd, UB Blake Center for a free event, 8 to 11, and then January 24th, Friday, January 24th, which I almost had confused because my phone for some reason was still on 2019, or 2018 as it counted for some reason. Go figure. But yeah, we'll be there 7:30 p.m. at Ondi Music, Friday, January 24th. First solo piano concert ever. Crazy excited. Drop a line. Let me know if you have any questions or what you think about the info. Hey Charlene, how are you? How's your 2019 going into 2020? On my last live stream, I was asking everybody to name one thing that's a goal for them for 2020 that they're confident about, but actually that they are most fearful about, and yet still are being courageous and moving forward on it. So I'll ask everybody to do that here as well. But yeah, so all of the music that you hear in the background, this is a part of the palette for that night. This tune right here is called Home. And for context, I wrote this song back in 2012. There are 3 melodies in this song, and they basically are written around what I would see as 3 phases of life. You know, there's the curiosity phase of asking the big questions of life, like what am I here for? What do I like? What's my purpose? Which I feel is something that's chosen, by the way. And then the second melody is about going on the journey and just trying some shit out. Trying some things on for size, you know, having some experiences, you know, really if you have a passion, following it, you know, even if you're unsure about it, so that you can see where it leads you. Like, you just got to do something in order to know what you want to do or what your chosen purpose is and that kind of thing. And then this part here, right here, that's the third melody, and that's when you find your place at home. Like, you find, you go, you ask the questions, you have some experiences, and that leads you to finding your place in life, where you're doing your life's work, or where you're doing what you feel your purpose is, or, you know, you just are settled into a flow and moving towards leaving legacy. What's up, Derek? Happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for watching. So this is Home. And the cool thing about Home is that this has been one of the top favorites for most people. And so I'm looking forward to where this is going to go. Hey, Alfred. Thanks for watching, bro. I'm looking forward to where this is going to go, because everybody that hears this song right here is like, it speaks differently to everybody, but it resonates in some way. In fact, let me see if I could tag probably the first person who really let me know that this song was really impactful, and that was Ted Pollard. See if I can pull him in. Ted, if you wind up watching, bro, just want to tell you that I appreciate you for the words. I'm sorry, I'm typing. I can't do 2 things at one time. Just want to appreciate you, Ted, for the words that you gave me. In fact, at Ondi Music, when I first premiered this tune. And Ted's a big guy. Ted's a guy who I wouldn't expect to say what he said. He was like, man, you know, I heard this tune and it just broke me down to tears. Nothing ever has done that before. And I don't mean to say that like guys can't cry. I need to clean that up. Like, like for sure. Like, we need to show our emotions. But I guess you don't usually hear guys say stuff like that, especially not guys that like my man Ted. Ted, did you ever play football, bro? Because you definitely got the build of a football player. So anyway, he was the first person to say. He said I never had an instrumental tune. I think it was. He said that that made me cry. You know. And so I'll probably put that particular moment, as far as that take of the song, in the chat, so you all can hear it. All right, I'm gonna have to wait till I get off this. I can't tag Ted on this. Anywho, so yeah, this is one of my favorite tunes as well. Hey, what's up, Cal? How you doing today, bro? I'm sorry, I'm doing, as they say, way too much. Thanks, man. So there's actually a lyric to that most people don't know. And the lyric to that part is just finally home, right where I belong. Dr. Barry. Cal, what's happening in your neck of the woods, Cal? How's the music coming, bro? Yeah, so most people don't hear the lyric because I usually play it instrumentally. But on the original version that I'm going to put in the messages, it goes, finally home, right back where I belong. And it just repeats that. Finally home, right back where I belong. And I've got Micah Smith on this part. Finally home, right back where I belong. So yeah, it's about just going through life, you know, having the tough questions, having the nagging questions as you're trying to find your way through life and make for a high quality of life. You go out, you experience some things, you do some things, you know, you try some things out, and then you find your place. You settle in to what will then become your legacy. That's what it's about. And so I wrote that song in 2011 as I was finding that place. The thing I love most about that song too is that it's not like it's for one time or one season or like one moment in life, because finding your place at home is like, it's what do they call it? It's a continuum. You know, you find your place, you settle in, everything you're doing makes sense, life makes sense, like where you're putting your energy, like what you're doing. Let's take a job, for example, right? And then at some point, it's no longer for you, you know, and something else unfolds in your personality and your evolution, and you find yourself drawn to someone else. I mean, something else or someone else. My mind was automatically going to the next part I was going to talk about, which is like a relationship, you know, a job, you know, where you live, like where you spend your time, what kind of volunteer work you do, like whatever, you know. And then as you do that same thing again, you ask the questions, you know, you try to figure out what does it mean to you and all that kind of stuff, and then you test it out, figure it out, put your hands in the dirt, try some things out, you know, live, like you live. And then you come to another place, you know, where you then, through navigating, find your home again. Oh, I love it, Dr. Berry. Dr. Berry says you made it to Texas. Keep up the groove in Baltimore, brother. I appreciate you. I really hope to meet you one day, man, if we haven't met already. I don't think we've met. I really hope to meet you one day. I really hope to meet everybody that are, I don't like to say followers, family, right? Y'all know my word is family. I actually want to meet everybody who's family on Facebook. I'm gonna start figuring out a way when I start traveling with this solo piano thing to meet up with different people in different cities. I want to figure out, maybe y'all can help me do that. Like those of you all that live in different areas, if you're acquainted with like, you know, either organizations or venues that would be interested in bringing me to town, like as an artist and as a public figure, I'm getting ready to put together a lot of stuff, you know, speaking. I'm looking to do more symposiums, about helping people with legacy as far as social media. Like, it's a number of things. So those of you all that live in different places, if you all can help a brother out, if you got any connections or you have anybody that you think might be interested, where it'd be a worthwhile business venture, I would love to come to other places. Because I actually want to meet like a lot of my community. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to do that. That, you know, people that are social media figures or whatever. But that's something I really want to do, because I really do feel like everybody who I connect with is family, you know, in some way. At least I try to, that's my idealism. I try to make everybody family in some way. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. January 24th, put on your calendars. January 3rd, please join me next week, because that's going to be an amazing event too. And let's get ready for this solo piano journey. That's 2020 for me, you know. And then other than that, shout out to everybody here: Rodney, Charlene, Derek, Alfred, Cal, Dr. Barry. I'm so glad you made it to Texas well. I hope everything is going well down there for you. Cal, Alfred, thank y'all for hanging out. I'm out of here. I'm famished. Word of the day. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Join me tomorrow morning for the self-care journey. I don't have an exact time, but just look out for my live stream tomorrow morning, and maybe at some point check my page if you're around. And it'll be the next unfolding of the self-care journey. I'm gonna do I did a lesson called Give Your Inner Critic a Break, and that's the one that I'll be recapping tomorrow morning. And then of course join me tomorrow night at, let's see, we're gonna do, it's gonna be either 7 or 8 p.m. I'll announce it during the day for Move Mondays. 7 or 8 p.m. Probably 7. And I'll see y'all then. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Peace. Be well.